independence and a person of quick wit, sarcasm, and dry humor due to my being an avid reader. I am a person of compassion and deep intelligence. However, my intellect has not always been fully displayed throughout my years in high school. I basically mean that I'm a person who has not always believed in myself once it comes to schoolwork, especially math. I, or should I say, we all have this common enemy that has plagued us through the years and have made us question ourselves and our abilities. In my case, I have questioned myself once, twice, and even 3 times before I had to reach within myself and find my motivation. This common enemy that we all share is doubt. School, in reality, is a demanding place that expects success. My reality is that my hard work wasn't truly paying off, therefore it made me unsuccessful. My mind was constantly fraught with doubt that led me to create a path that would lead in inevitable destruction. Homework bombarded me through a daily flood of war, fractions, and literary devices that I couldn't seem to overcome. Was it all over? Was this how my junior year was meant to be? I tried as hard as I could, and I couldn't fight that doubt. School, a seemingly endless journey, was one I wasn't sure if I would ever finish. Doubts plagued my mind as I tried to reach the ending of my journey, graduation. I gasped, pleaded, and begged to be released from the shackles of responsibility. I wanted to be free because I could acknowledge that I was noticed not for my failures, but for my achievements. I was blind to see that success was within my reach, and yet I was not ready to accept the fact that I was in the end of my senior year approaches, I have been tested. This does not just include the academic test, but my personal test based on strength, emotions, lost 2 members of my family, and despite my emotional struggle, I still progressed on to achieve. In the end, I was trying to reach the light at the end of the tunnel that will help me to recognize that I made it to the end of my journey, or at least part of it. And that is why my next destination is Alfred University.
I am going to college simply because I have made it my only choice. I have no backup plan. Good afternoon, fellow students. Good afternoon, fellow students, staff, and families. My name is Ryan Christie, and ever since I was 12 years old, I've dreamed of going to college. I dreamed of all the experiences I would embark upon. I dreamed of all the food I would eat, the people I would meet, and most importantly, the new things I would learn. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step, Lao Tzu. It wasn't until 11th grade, while sitting through the 4-hour SAT, I realized how much work this first step would be. As I took the test, I thought to myself, I've been sitting for really, really long. But as I looked around, I noticed how focused my peers were, and I wanted to be just like them, so I got back to work. I need a degree, and college is an essential step. With my degree, I will not have to depend on anyone for anything. In this age and time, the world goes around money. A college degree is the key to a career. I know I must attain one by any means. I know that graduating college is not the end of my journey. In fact, it is only a checkpoint. As society becomes more competitive, I will need a degree to even have a chance. As I write this speech, I think about what motivates me. As I look around achievement first, all I can see is motivation. My peers' motivation. That is why I will begin my journey at Old Westbury College.
Good afternoon. My name is Hannah Davis, and I'm a graduate of the class of 2013. I'd just like to start off by saying that that not going to college was never an option for me. I've never been given the leisure of not working hard to reach college because my mother is from the Caribbean. Let me just put it out there. Certain parents push their students to achieve their best, but Caribbean parents, they expect perfection. Although sometimes the burden felt too heavy for me to bear, it was the same push from my mother and immediate family members that drove me to my success in high school. A little short. However, it was my cousin, Georgina, who fueled my drive to want to go to college when she moved from the Bahamas to the United States. Moving from the Bahamas could not have been easy for her, as she traded the sun-filled days and intoxicatingly humid nights for the cold, gloomy months of winter and rain-filled days of spring. Her decision to relocate so she could attend college here pushed me to work harder through 11th and 12th grade to end on a strong note and finally go far, far away to college. Though high school has not always been easy for me, with the barely passing test grades, the heavily weighted summatives, and the missed deadlines, I prevailed, and today, I cherish all of my experiences as they led me to this podium today. Through all her hard work, my cousin has taught me that though it may seem impossible, the scores I sought were within hand's length of my potential. While my immediate family pushed me to where I am today, my cousin is the reason that in the fall, I will be attending the College of Worcester.
Good afternoon, friends, family, and future graduates of Achievement First Brooklyn High School. My name is Brendan Dunn. I feel that it's necessary for me to go to college for 3 reasons: my mother, my sister, and my pride. Ever since I started my educational career, my mother would let me know that school was the only thing I had to worry about, because there were no bills for me to pay. She was very assertive if she ever saw that my grades were dropping in school. If they were satisfactory, she would push for outstanding. Because one day she said, "I will make sure that my child will make more of their life than I ever did." And that starts from now. Ever since then, I carried those words through my everyday life, knowing that I had a mission to complete. That mission was to attend college and succeed at whatever I put my life, my mind and energy to. The mission only got clear when I realized I was having a baby sister. I wanted to be a model for my sister in terms of who to become in the future. I had to be someone that was serious about their future and would not give up no matter how hard it was to make ends meet. Someone that will always find a way out of the toughest situations, like finding a pen from someone in class. Someone that has pride in their work and what they do. I did not want my sister to be a mirror image of me, but in fact, better than me. I want to take pride in the fact that I know that she will do better than I ever did. So if I set the bar high, she would set it even higher. So when I go to college this fall, I will set the bar high when I attend St. Bonaventure University.
So my name is Dominic Evanson, and since I was small, education has always been emphasized in my home. Coming from Jamaican parents, the options were always go to college or go to college. So I grew up with the mindset that high school education was never enough. But high school is definitely not easy. Coming from public middle school, I was not used to strict rules that seemed unnecessary at the time. On top of that, high school became even more difficult when the workload greatly increased in comparison to the work I received at my own school. The long nights of doing homework, coming to school on Saturdays, and staying after school to help all seemed strenuous then, but today it's all worth it. Knowing that you put in so much hard work to get to this point makes it feel so much better. And I'm telling you from experience, it's worth it. Especially knowing that you get to pay your parents back for the stress you caused. Yeah. And it's a wonderful feeling, and that is why I'm going to the State University of Potsdam.
My name is Raisa Frazier, and I am going to college because I want to achieve a different lifestyle than my parents. Since day one, college wasn't an option for me. It's a must. My mother and father wanted me to have a different lifestyle compared to their own struggles. It wasn't easy back then, my mother told me before I went to bed one night. You have so much great opportunities that I wish I had. I didn't realize that the opportunity I had was great until I visited my college campus. The moment I stepped foot on campus, I could envision everything that was taking place. My mom smiling, my dad hugging me tightly, and my new friends excited to see me. It hit me that out of all the great and many talented applicants, I was one of the few chosen to represent the future of the graduating class of 2017. Now my next step will be to maintain my work ethic, create unbreakable bonds between professors and students, and continue on my career path. I knew that there would be people who doubted my ability to succeed or underestimated me, which led to my loss of confidence. It bothered me for a while, but I started to learn that feeling the thoughts that they had would continue to make me feel like a weaker person. However, I started to surround myself with the people who saw the best for me and understood my thoughtful and reflective ideas. Confucius once said, "Education breeds confidence, confidence breeds hope, and hope breeds peace." With the confidence that I gained back, I knew that I would need to keep the momentum of my work ethic, my persistence with others, and contribute creative ideas to inspire others throughout college and the real world. Thus, I am proud to say that I will be continuing my education at Union College.
Good afternoon, staff, students, families, and guests. Martin Luther King Jr. once said, "An individual has not started living until he can rise above the narrow confines of his individualistic concerns to broaden the concerns of all humanity." When I read this quote by Dr. King, I realized that I'm fighting, not just for a seat at a life-changing college, but for a shot at life as a young African-American male. I have long predicated that I would someday become a doctor, but because of society's preconceived notions of what it means to be black, I have now decided to become a public defender. This is how I'm choosing to not be another statistic of vengeful black gun violence, low educational attainment, and of angered incarcerations. In college, I am looking for brotherhood, community, unity, aspirations, and to have an experience that will affirm my position of what it means to be an African American male. College will be an important stepping stone toward what I am striving for, the advancement of young African American males. This is a passionate revolution that is personal. I am proud of the goals that I have set for myself, knowing that my goals substantiate Dr. King's goals of a socially aware community, in which individuals stand for change. My name is Michael George, and I have decided to attend Morehouse College.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Avril Gordon Floyd Joseph. I know, it's a bit of a mouthful. From the time I was little, I heard my mom tell me, "Do your work so you can go to a good college." I had no idea what this mysterious place was, but I knew I was going. Every day when I came home, my mom would say, "Did you do your homework? Make sure you do your homework. You want to go to a good college, so do your homework." When people ask me why I worked so hard at school, I would say because my mom, my biggest fan, told me I had to. As the years progressed, and I became more aware of my environment, I became aware of the decisions people made when they were my age and how it impacted them for the rest of their lives. I saw people around me struggling to take care of their families and regretting not completing their education. I knew I no longer wanted to go to college because my mom told me to because I wanted to. As the same thought process was happening, people would ask me what I wanted to do when I grow up. had no idea, but I knew I wanted to help people. I remember being in middle school taking my first biology course, and our assignment was to look up diseases for which cures have not been developed yet. I was interested in learning more about what I can do to help these people. I know I wanted to be a doctor because that's when my interest was sparked. I knew I was going to college because I wanted to join the group of amazing people who wanted to help others. Why am I going to college? Because it will make my mom proud. Because it's one step closer to success. Because it places me one step closer to becoming a cardiologist. And because I wish to be the change I want to see in the world. And this is why I'm proud to announce to my team and family that this fall, the fall of 2013, I will be attending Franklin and Marshall.
My name is Deja Harrison, and I've been a part of the Achievement First family since August of 2005. I would say that life at Achievement First was and is a struggle, but once you reach your goal, you seem to realize that it was over the time of the year. The long days in school, the late hours after school, the early Saturday mornings in SAT, physics, chemistry, and history prep, and the hours are over. I realized it was well worth it. I've learned so many different things in my years at AM. Most of all, I learned that hard work pays off, and I came to this realization when I received multiple acceptance letters. This may be shocking coming from somebody who complains about literally everything, but the less you complain, the more you tend to enjoy it, well, at least I did. I can say that senior year has been one of the hardest, yet most enjoyable years this year. And I don't think it'd be the same if I didn't have the great and wonderful teachers that I have. From random jokes in biology to the activities that we participate in, it is safe to say that there's never a dull moment when we, the senior class, come together as one. And I just want to take the time to say I will miss my fellow seniors, and we will stay connected as I matriculate to work in college.
Hi, my name is Janae Haynes. At first I wanted to go to college to show my mom that I would be her success story. Then I thought about going to college to be my dad's Trinidadian success story. Lastly, I thought about going to college to prove to every one of my elementary and middle school teachers that the child they always suspended is finally making something. Now I'm going to college because college needs diversity. I can remember hopping out of my father's white Range Rover, eager to attend my first college program. I walked out onto the brilliant green grass surrounded by tall brown trees and buildings straight out of a Harry Potter movie. It was an honor to be on the old campus of Yale University in New Haven, Connecticut at an Ivy League college while I was a freshman in high school. I was prepared for everything. I went from running onto the campus to slowly dragging my brown suitcase to the sign-in desk. Behind me was a white lady with pearls and her 2 kids. In front of me was a white old lady with her red cane and her son. To the right of me was a short red-headed girl with her flower suitcase. And in the diagonal was a white lady with her yellow flower in her hair. Everyone was white. I started counting the number of black kids on campus. There was only 6 African American students on campus. I could only think about how awkward things would be. As I spent my time on campus, I took classes on debate and science affairs. Moreover, I learned that I have to bring diversity to college. As a black student, times are rough. I didn't grow up with both parents in my life all my life. I did not grow up in a perfect world. I grew up in reality. My reality is that I'm an economically low-class African-American student whose statistics follow me like a shadow. I have been told that it's not likely for my kind, a black, female, slave ancestry, well-educated, from a poor background, to graduate from college. I have been told by Officer Mary that I'm likely to get pregnant by 16. Luckily, I have been given the opportunity to go to a charter school and be surrounded by teachers and students that yearn for my success. When I started the college process, I thought I was going to go to HBCU because all my high school year and my middle school year, I was in school with African Americans. Then I realized at my time at Yale University, some of my friends had never seen a black person and never thought they would. I knew if I was able to educate my dear friend Josh about African Americans, I could educate other people and spread my knowledge beyond my community. I plan to represent the African American population with my presence at Juilliard College.
Thank you. Good afternoon, families and friends in the Achievement First team. Today marks a day when a new chapter is about to begin. Why do I want to go to college? I want to go to college because I want to make my entire family proud. As the first child in my family to go to college, I'm showing my brothers and sisters the right thing to do. I want my brother and sister to be able to say, oh, your brother's in college, I want to be just like him. At times, my brother and sister complain about the rigors of Achievement First. They're complaining about standing on the second square. But they haven't met Mr. Delhagen yet. I want to say to them today, because of the rigors of Achievement First, I am the way I am today, and the proud graduate of the 2013 class. Before my grandmother and grandfather went back to Africa, they told me, always face your studies, and when I grow up, I should take care of my father and mother. Coming from a place like Nigeria motivated me to go to college because it's a constant struggle to be somebody in life. At a young age, in first grade, you have to pay to go to school. Going to school here for free is an opportunity I really took advantage of. My mom, Natasha Eagleday, and father, John Eagleday, had pushed me all my life to focus on my books and my studies. They were there because they love me. Therefore, I'm going to make them proud because I owe to them, and I owe them some money. My name is Dennis Alogasa Abugunibude. This fall, I'll be attending SUNY Potsdam.
Good afternoon, students, faculty, parents. My name is David Jackson, and I'm going to college because it has been my goal my entire life. I can remember back to elementary school when my parents would always tell me that I would go to college and I would achieve greater things than they did. Those words resonated with me, and I've been working towards this goal my entire life. It is with great joy and excitement that I stand here in front of you as I start a new and exciting chapter of my life. In middle school, the teachers had a large poster that would say, "Climb the mountain to college." We spent the next 8 years of our lives climbing that mountain tirelessly, without even as much as a break. By sheer determination, we reached the peak. And as we pulled our tired and beaten up bodies to stand up at the top of this mountain, what we found waiting for us was yet another mountain. They had conveniently left out the detail that once you climb the mountain to reach college, there would be yet another mountain. As I think about how far we've come as not only a class, but as individuals, the answer is quite obvious. We must continue to climb. The next mountain awaits me, and I will reach the peak just as I have done now. I'm not only doing this for myself, but also for the people who have saw the potential in me and decided to mold it into a work of art. I owe it to myself and to them to succeed. I will continue to make my parents proud time and time again, because even those times when I came home thinking I was alone in the struggle, I came home to a private cheering team that always continued to push me forward with motivational speeches and oftentimes well-placed criticisms. The only way to go from here is up. I'm beginning my second climb, as I'm proud to announce that in the fall of 2013, I'll be attending SUNY class.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Sheridan Jeffrey, and I'm going to begin with the definition. Engineering, the application of math and science principles to solve problems in the world around us. I discovered my passion upon entering my 10th grade chemistry class. I was extremely excited because I had a newfound love for both math and science. I adored the fact that my new advisor, Mrs. Lopez del Castillo de la Cruz, was also my chemistry teacher and would then move on to be my physics teacher my junior year. With much enthusiasm and an earnest desire to learn more about engineering, I made it my goal to get in-depth detail about requirements I needed to pursue engineering. When I found out that Ms. Lopez had a degree in engineering, I was thrilled because she is my mentor and will later on be my pillar of support as I plowed through the hard work I would have to embed in order to get into a great engineering college. My mission was to go to college where engineering was not just a regular course. I wanted to go to college where engineering was a top major. As 10th and 11th grade went by, I succeeded in both physics and chemistry class with A's and B's each quarter. My accomplishments in those classes was not just because of my hard work and passion for science, but mainly because Mrs. Lopez made every class engaging, exciting, and many times left me wanting more. I was enthused for class each day. The combination of both math and science left me wondering what career would allow me to use both and have fun doing it. Mrs. Lopez always told me that physics is everywhere. I doubted her, and now I will never be able to get away from it. I am going to college because I am an individual and to be an independent thinker. I am going to college because I want to be a successful African American in this competitive world. I am going to college because I have hopes and dreams of becoming the best female civil engineer of my time. This is why, in the fall of 2013, I will be attending Howard University.